Hello, my name is Jonathan Cranford, author of The Art of In-School Suspension and co-owner of The Art of ISS, a company I started to help schools transform their in-school suspension from a holding tank to an intervention for behavior and academics. The issue I want to address today is a serious one. The data collected on school discipline practices tells us that traditional in-school suspension doesn't work. It hasn't worked. In most schools, in-school suspension is either a holding tank where children are sitting in a room doing time, or it's a place they prefer to the regular classroom because they get to sleep or distract themselves with activities that they prefer over learning. In the vast majority of cases, it's a 100% loss of instruction for everyday placement. What I offer is called trauma-informed in-school suspension. It's too much to fit in one video, but today I'm going to give you 3 strategies you can use to reimagine in-school suspension on your campus. The first strategy is to clearly communicate your expectations at the start of every day. Many schools opt to have students copy the ISS room rules. This is possibly the least effective way to communicate your expectations. It also stifles any momentum you could be building when it comes to academic progress. They need to see you and to hear you go over your expectations thoroughly. Start with your behavior ladder so students understand what to expect from you when they fail to meet expectations. Only then do you go over your ISS room rules in detail. This is the beginning of what practitioners of trauma-informed ISS call creating a safe, predictable environment. The second strategy is to come up with a behavior ladder that makes sense for in-school suspension. It cannot be a quick 3 strikes and now you're suspended off campus. The goal is to keep them with you and keep them learning. You have them all day, so there needs to be room for multiple redirections, in-class consequences, and wait time before you take the nuclear option of out-of-school suspension. I personally haven't had a student go from ISS to OSS in over 3 years. The final strategy is to make academics a priority again in ISS. Restorative practices and social-emotional learning are important, but one-to-one academic assistance is where we build the relationships with the student to be impactful with those other things. Keeping students connected to the learning environment is why in-school suspension was created in the first place. Now let's truly implement that in our schools. If you're interested in getting your staff trained to practice trauma-informed in-school suspension, reach out to us via our website at theartofiss.com. That's www.theartofiss.com. And follow me on Twitter at Mr. Cranford ISS. Thank you and have a great school year.